Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So tonight's video is just a quick rundown of the rant that James Charles went on today on Twitter that caused a lot of backlash from both influencers and viewers alike. Now, this is not the first rant that James has gone on this week. As a matter of fact, just yesterday, James went on a rant that specifically targeted some small influencers, as you'll see right here. The first tweet reads, "Small influencers start drama and talk poorly about brands and other artists all day long, but then turn around and blame their lack of follower growth solely on very serious, real issues like racism, sexism, homophobia. Self-reflect and realize that maybe your personality just sucks." Continues on and says, "This does not apply to all small influencers, and in no way am I trying to minimize these issues either. I recognize my privilege and use my platform to advocate both in front of camera and behind as well. I just can't stand watching entitled people watering down important issues." We did see some fellow content creators like Sniper Wolf seemingly in agreement with him, as you can see here where she says 100 underneath his tweet, but this mini rant was definitely met with more backlash than anything, as seen here in these replies. This first reply says, "Not only small influencers do this though, people with huge followings do the same thing." And James replies, "When was the last time you saw a major influencer blaming lack of follower growth on an actual life social issue?" Another person reacts and says, "Okay, but if I buy an eyeshadow palette and it's shit, it's not me talking poorly about a brand. It's being honest and not wanting others to waste their hard-earned money. Most big influencers will say anything is amazing just to stay on a PR list," which, honey, I completely agree. But if you thought that rant was bad, today's rant will absolutely change your mind. So let's go ahead and get into today's rant. So it all started when Marlena Stell, who is the CEO of Makeup Geek Cosmetics, posted this tweet saying, "Filming today for a special documentary that airs in 2019 at Netflix with a picture of a camera guy." James retweets this and says, "This woman knows nothing about the industry other than blaming her bad business decisions and personal issues on influencers. At Netflix, this is absurd, and I'd love to get in a room together to show you the non-biased outline I've already made on the subject that documents all sides." You see other larger influencers like Glam & Gore, aka Mikey, Nicole Concilio, and Alyssa Ashley leave their opinions on the matter. Alyssa Ashley says, "Netflix is stupid." Mikey says, "This actually is mind-blowing to me. Netflix, baby, this ain't the way." And Nicole Concilio says, "I completely agree with James. At Netflix, this is not the way to go about this. I don't see good intentions from this woman whatsoever. After all, she has a brand she's trying to promote as well. SMH, shake my head, what is this right now?" And 2 rolling eye emojis. Now, because of all the backlash she was getting from all of James Charles stans, she went ahead and addressed everything right away, saying, "Seeing many comments here, so I will address quickly. At Netflix had this conversation many weeks ago and approached me about the industry from a brand owner's point of view. There's many parts of the documentary, including product development, changes in the industry over 10 plus years, etc." And then Marlena takes the time to address James directly and says, "James, you're not even 21 years old. You've never produced makeup. You've never started a brand from the ground up. I'm sorry this feels like it was stolen, but I did not seek out this opportunity. When you've been in this industry for 10 plus years, then tell us about your experience," in quotes. Then James retweets that and says, "You're right, I'm not even 21 yet," with a smiley face at the end. James tweets again, "Everything that I put my heart and love and a ton of work into is always stolen by someone else. I feel so defeated right now, it's insane." Shane Dawson replies, "I hate to sound like a bitter old dad, but get used to it. The amount of things I've had stolen or ripped off is insane. You just gotta do your own thing and keep raising the bar for yourself. Do you hear Netflix knocking at my door? Nah." James responds, "Love you, Dad." And Shane responds, "If they steal it, it means you're doing something right." James tweets once again and says, "I'm sorry for all these crazy tweets. I've avoided getting involved in the industry drama for a very, very long time now, but this is a subject I'm clearly passionate about and I feel slighted. I'm going to weigh out my options and see what can be done." It must not have taken him too long to figure out what he needed to do, because immediately after, he says, "Looking to work with a documentary-focused production team to do my own video on all of this. I want to make this unbiased with representation from all sides. Please email me if interested. Serious inquiries only. Let's get this done." Now, allegedly, this guy right here, Eros, or @VelvetWink, says that he is James Charles's writer, and he says here, "I helped create the most extensive breakdown of the beauty industry and its faults the world has probably ever seen. Attached is a photo of when I created the Google Doc, which is shared between James, my production mates, and I." And he says that in response to a Marlena tweet saying that Netflix had reached out to her weeks ago on the project. Then he goes on to say in a separate tweet, not to mention we had been working on this concept months before we had ever written anything down physically. I did go back on James's tweet timeline and I found this tweet from 8/22/18, which is last month, in which he says, I really want to do an investigative journalism piece on the decline of the beauty industry and its brutal truths, but it's a very touchy subject and I don't want to insert myself into drama I'm not involved in. Fast forward to the first of this month, and he says here, holy crap, I am so overwhelmed working on this video. I think it's so important, but I'm horrified of working for days on it and people taking it the wrong way. The truth hurts, and I don't know if people are ready for it. Now, I want to make one small correction from the beginning of this video. The start of this whole situation actually starts with this tweet from Marlena, where she says, huge props to @Netflix for showing behind the scenes of the beauty industry. Who wants to watch it when it comes out? Let Netflix know how big this community is. And then James responds, wait, what? So then we see, fast forward to his writer once again retweeting that original tweet from Marlena, and he says, all she's going to do is blame other people for her brand flopping and leak someone else's salary. To me, this is the definition of being very unnecessarily petty and childish. There are ways of going about things like this, and I do think that James is valid in his beliefs and what he feels about the situation. However, the way he's going about it, along with this writer guy, whoever he is, I'm not sure if he really is his writer or not, I think what they're doing is very unprofessional and very, very childish, but that's just me. Now, this seems to be the last tweet Marlena tweets about this subject, but she says here, feeling blessed to get to share so many aspects of an industry that has gone through so much change in the past 10 years. I still love this community so much and hope it can continue to a positive place. I did ask you guys on Twitter how you felt about the situation, and here are a few of your responses. Tea Time says, we think Marlena saw a way to save her dying brand, so she decided to make that My Truth video. We don't think her intentions regarding the beauty community are sincere. She's definitely playing the victim card and needs to go to bed. Another commenter says, I'm having mixed feelings. Marlena has moved on from YouTube and is a CEO of her brand. I know she can tell about her experiences with gurus and other brands, but does she know what happens between the gurus and other brands for sure? I hope she doesn't fuck up her own company. They also go on to say, I also totally understand how James feels. He could have been more professional while saying his opinion, but I understand where he comes from. Another commenter says, honestly, I can see at some point where he's coming from, but the way he said things wasn't the best. I think Marlena plays a victim or tries to profit from this drama. Her brand got boring, plus she blames other people for it. From a business standpoint, it may be smart of her right now. Gabriella says, I really like James. He's very business smart. However, the jealousy he showed with this whole situation only translates that he wants to make everything about him. And the last comment I'm going to put in today's video says, James is entitled to feel however he wants, but to publicly tweet Netflix to talk bad about her, that they should cancel her and work with him is wrong. You don't try to ruin someone else's success to further your own, period. So, based off of what we've seen here, what do you guys think about A, this documentary and Marlena's involvement? Do you feel like she is the right person to be doing this type of project? If not, who do you feel would be the better option? And B, how do you guys feel about James's reaction? Was he justified in reacting to this news the way he did? I do plan on doing a more in-depth video later on this week, so leave your responses down below, and I will be referencing some of them in that video. For now, I'm all done here. I will see you guys in the next video. I love you guys so, so much. Talk to you later. Bye!